is the Big O Show. This 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 is the Big O Show.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
Before you buy or lease a Honda, Volkswagen, Hyundai, or any other model, compare Subaru, rated #1 in safety at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Buy with 0.9% financing, 0 down. Forester with symmetrical all-wheel drive, $259 a month. Crosstrek with symmetrical all-wheel drive, $239 a month. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Subaru of Pembroke Pines, South Florida's #1 volume Subaru retailer.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island. If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Slomin Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Slomin Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Slomin Shield.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 17 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive a new Acura ZDX, $439 a month during our 17th anniversary sale.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rail. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rail can help.
It's big. It's gigantic. It's the Toyota of Hollywood Super Sale. Over 2,000 Toyotas from just $17,988. Like a Corolla LE, not $24,000, $17,988. Buy with 0% financing, 0 down. Join the fun and get a super deal at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty. Good afternoon, boys and girls. It is noon. It is the second Wednesday of the month. And where are we traditionally? Right here at Toyota of Hollywood, baby. Rocking and a-rolling. Having some fun. Herbie Lopez, of course, doing a great job out here at Toyota of Hollywood. Bitcoin doing a beautiful job, above 109,000. For a moment there, I thought we were going to flirt with 110 today because we were like at 109.7 or something. So who knows? We'll see. Market, where's the market at right now? Up 86 points. S&P's up 18. NASDAQ up 1. So, there we go. We got that. We got Inter Miami on the road today in New England. We'll see what happens. Hope you all are doing well there on a Wednesday. The great Sean Stanley is by my side, as always, and having some fun. What else do we have? Yes, we have Dolphin Nuggets to share with you today. Talked to a few people and got some stuff, so we'll talk about that. What else will we talk about? By the way, I watched Jurassic World Rebirth, it was called, yesterday. I enjoyed it.
You did?
I enjoyed it.
The same way you enjoyed F1, or?
Yeah, I enjoyed the F1.
No, I know. I'm saying.
Was it a little longer than it should be? Of course. But this one was 2 hours, and they did a nice job of action throughout the 2 hours. Okay. So completely different storyline, new type of dinosaurs because they were morphed, they were mutated and all that. But dude, I enjoyed it. Scarlett Johansson is in it. I mean, if you don't enjoy Scarlett Johansson, I can't help you, man. I can help you. I got nothing for you, man. Nothing. Can't help you. That's what would happen somewhere in Hialeah or Little Havana if you go in there and they don't have something for. I can't help you. Sorry. That's what I'm trying to do for you right there. But I enjoyed it. It was Tuesday, so
Tuesday's the day.
Tuesday's the day. Although no more.
What? Oh,
no more.
You talked them into it, didn't you?
Yep. The wife and I got the membership. We got the membership.
It was only a matter of time.
So now we could go. It's $24.95 a month, and you go as much as you want. And if we go 4 Tuesdays a month, we spend more than 24 anyways. So now we're not also jailed to Tuesdays. Now we can go any day of the week. Not that I really want to go on a Friday or Saturday night when it's packed, but I can go on a Friday afternoon. I can go on a Saturday afternoon. I can go on Wednesday. I can go on Monday. I can go on Thursday. Now I'm not a prisoner. And I can go twice a week if I feel like it and all that. So I think it's a great deal, 24. If you like the movies, if you want to go and all that, if you're willing to do it, you know what I'm saying? So, and the other thing I was thinking about, I told her what we could do is sometimes we can go to different movie theaters around South Florida because we'll go have dinner somewhere. Maybe it's towards the beach, go take a walk on the beach, then also the movie, that like you can combine it with something, and it doesn't have to be the theater that you normally go to. You go to different Regal theaters out there. So Regal, by the way, you're more than grateful for the plug. If you guys want to be sponsors of the show, you're more than grateful also. That we'd appreciate that immensely. We have the great Toyota of Hollywood as a proud sponsor of our program, and the amazing Herbie Lopez, of course. So, Regal Theaters, you're more than welcome. I think, actually, no, all kidding aside, not the part about Regal sponsoring us. We're not kidding, actually. We can do live shows and everything there, but no, seriously. It's actually a good deal if you like it. So we've been doing this Tuesday thing, so we took the dive. So it's cool. You're bored. There's nothing to do. Hey, let's go to the movies. Find a movie. And the best part is the movie sucks.
Yeah.
You walk the hell out, and so what?
Anything.
You didn't waste anything.
You can go back the following week or
or the next
day. That's what I say. You could sample movies now and be like, oh, you know what? I didn't think I would like it, but I do. Or you'll be like, I thought I would like it, and I don't. And either way, you're not really out.
I thought it would suck, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
You
get to sample certain movies because now you don't have to worry about paying for it.
Yeah.
Well, other than the membership price.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's cool. Really cool. Really, really cool. Anyway, by the way, today is Wednesday, July 9th, 2025. Day number 18,762 since the Miami Dolphins lifted the Vince Lombardi Trophy. Just want to make sure we get that in there. Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button. It is very, very important. You smash it. Get the algorithms out there, baby. Come on. Whenever you visited, audio, video, whatever, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play. We are on Spotify, right? Nobody's complained. Okay. So, wherever you're at, just hit that like button. Very important that you hit the like button at all levels. Audio, video, all that good stuff. Share. Sharing is caring. I've been told that. Sharing is caring. By the way, a man that is sharing with us today, Hugo Monero. He'll be checking in at 12:30. He is the president of Dolphins España. He is out there con los Gallegos watching the games and supporting the Dolphins. And I will be supporting them. So we're trying to set up and trying to see what bar we do it at in Madrid. By the way, if there's another listener in Madrid that happens to know all that, but Hugo's working on that now too. So we're going to have some fun with that. I'm looking forward to it. We got to set up what bar we're going to broadcast from there in Madrid. That is the key. So we'll talk to Hugo, the Dolphin president, and we'll see. I want to go to the game. I want to get a ticket. I need to get one ticket. The wife's not going to go. Sean's not going to go. I'm going to go. But one ticket. I got to buy one ticket. One ticket. So if anybody's got the hook a brother up, by the way. I'm not asking for a freebie, of course. But I need to get a ticket. I have to work on getting a ticket. I don't know if I can work behind the scenes. I don't know if, folks in España can help me. I don't know if any of you all out there can help me, but I do need one ticket. One ticket. Okay? One ticket. So we'll see what happens. I'm in the hunt for that in the process. I don't want to go as media. Have zero interest in going as media. Zero interest. There is no way I'm going to go to that game and go into a press box and sit there bored out of my mind. I've done that for 35 years. I can do it and I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I have zero interest in doing that shit. I actually want to be in the stands with the fans, having some fun and cheering on the Dolphins, actually. Hopefully that day is a good day for us. We'll see. We shall see. Anyway, Finn's rule I see is first. Jamie Zoria, Jamie always used to be first, right? From San Jose, which was impressive. Always. He is in there at number 2. Jay Gelfin in the house. He's smashing it. Caitlin Clark back on the court tonight. She even has me interested in the WNBA All-Star game. Yeah. Did you see what she pulled? Did you see what Caitlin Clark did? Oh, you guys don't know anything about this? Oh shit. This is like, this is catty ass drama that goes on with women. And sorry to, stereotype, but the WNBA, if you want to ever fill a stereotype, they have filled the stereotype, okay? So they do the same thing as in the NBA, where the two people that get the most votes are the two captains, and then they pick their teams, right? So one of the things was there's no way she picks Angel Reese, which of course she did not pick Angel Reese. Okay, but here's the best part. The coach that was supposed to coach her was the coach that was with her before, and she got screwed from the Olympics. Caitlin Clark did something. It wasn't even in the rules, and she made it in the rules. She traded away her coach to the other side, bro. And then Nafisa Collier, who's one of the best players in the league, and she's maybe winning the MVP right now, okay? Asia's got a little bit to catch up here to get that MVP, because Nafisa probably deserves it. She is a hell of a baller. She's the top player, one of the top players in the league, and the top player of the Minnesota Lynx, which is the coach of the Minnesota Lynx. So she accepted the trade because that's her coach, of course. And so that whole crap that they had going on, she goes, I don't know if it's in the rules, but we're doing it, and we're trading away our coach. And she traded away the coach in the All-Star game to the other side, dude. That's some balls. That's some balls. And I mean, the drama in the WNBA is there, dude. It's there. It's like NASCAR. You can watch F1 and whatever, bro. Indy and whatever, bro. You watch NASCAR, there's some personal shit going on. And fights will break out all the time. It's a beautiful thing. That's the beauty of NASCAR. That's why it's the best one out of all the forms of racing. Well, the WNBA's got a little bit of NASCAR in there too at the same time. It's awesome. NorCal is in the house. Thank you, NorCal, for hooking us up with Hugo. Appreciate you, bro. Very nice. Without NorCal, we'd be lost. He's rocking the accounts. Big Johnson is in the house. Kosa, Alexis, John Padilla. Thank you. He says 8:55 in the West Coast. Let's see. Lenny Pena. Think Blue Dodgers. He's probably smoking out there in LA. True Fin fan. Give us nuggets, my brother. I pick up most of them when you don't make it obvious. Pretty sure most don't. Yeah. Sweet baby Ray is in the house. I'll be in your town on Friday. I don't know if any of you out there, if you're going to see The Warning at the House of Blues on Friday, I will be there. Wife is going with me for this one, actually. So wife was awesome. Last concert, she walked around the mall and all that while I was rocking with Clutch. Dude, Clutch announced today they're coming down. It's funny. My buddy sent it to me, and I'm tripping out. Where is it? Clutch is what's up? Clutch is. I hope you didn't have anything private on those notes because it was on the camera. Anyway, do you have that list that they don't want to show? I'm sorry. Where's that list? What list? What list? And Ghislaine Maxwell is like, well, why am I in jail then if there's no list? Anyway, there's no list. Why am I in jail? Anyway, so at the Culture Room, Clutch is coming October 30th, the day before Halloween. I didn't know. I don't care. I'll go see him again. It doesn't matter to me. Clutch is awesome. But that is so cool that I get to see Clutch again. But I had no idea that they rarely come down, dude. You know, once in a while they do. Okay? And to see him at the Culture Room, that's redonkulous. Okay? All right. Anyway, but if you're going Friday out to the House of Blues to see The Warning, see the three Mexican ladies, three sisters, I'll be there. So shoot me a DM and we shall say hi. Jay Slim is in the house. I thought I was late at 45,000. Thank you. Oh, see you in Costa Rica. 45,000, bro. You're about to go 4x. 3x, I'm sorry. We'll be in 150 soon. We'll be in 150 soon. You'll be 3xing soon. It's the silliness when people keep thinking they're late. Like right now, you're not late, bro. It's going to go 15x from here. And by 2030, it's. I think it'll be 15x. I think it'll be a million and a half. Easy. We are going to have. I've been telling you this for months now. Violent rips are coming upward in crypto. Okay, in Bitcoin. I'm sorry, Bitcoin. And as I keep telling you, see the shirt? Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative. There's only one. Scratch them all out. Be only one. Bitcoiner. So you're welcome, Jay Slim. And every one of you that have taken the ride, not one of you are regretting it. I think it's I think I saw the stat. 99.8 people that have hodled are in profits. So don't worry about what happens weekly or monthly. Just hold it and let it. Just don't worry about it, bro. Go check back with it 6 months later, a year later, 2 years later, and you're gonna go, you know, and that's the beauty. If you don't want to deal with the daily and the monthly and the weekly and all that, those of us that deal with the daily, the monthly, and the weekly are the ones that are looking for the dips. Anyway. So what else do we have? We look at it in a positive way, the volatility, because volatility is opportunity. All right. Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. Is that how it goes? Bernabeu. Okay. A la Madrid. Alexis, funny you mentioned Regal Pass. I got mine Monday seeing Superman Friday. There you go. So it's a cool thing, dude. It's a cool thing. Big O, can I get you a ticket into the Southwest HVAC air duct? I'll be there. I got my Colombian passport. I'm ready to go. Morning, Teddy Swims was in Chicago last night and his show got rained out. Guess he had to swim home. I see myself out. Wow. And he had it in an open area. That sucks. Damn. Daddy Asante, yeah, we talked about that yesterday. You can go to yesterday's show, Finn's Rule, and it's all there. Jeff in Long Island. He says Finn's Nation UK are all buying tickets now. Good afternoon. Thank you, Rosendo. Thank you, Ashkar. Anyway, what else do we have going on in the world of sports and life? Told you about Jurassic Park. I feel bad for Joe Burrow, by the way. Did you see that? Yeah, dude. I mean, he had that burglary at his house. So now he ends up canceling his $3 million order of a Batmobile. So he had ordered a Batmobile. $3 million. But he figures, well, they already broke in and stole my shit. I don't want them to steal my Batmobile because I'm really not Batman. And it's really not a Bat Cave. And I don't have a Robin. And I don't have the Butler. And so the problem is that when you $3 million for him is nothing, but then you have to think about the upkeep of it, and now you have to think of the protection of it. Because you're Joe Burrow, don't you have like 24-hour protection now? You have no choice. You have no choice. You're Tua, you have 24-hour protection. It's who you are now, dude. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. You know, that because once you become rich and famous and all that stuff, you're a target, dude. Doesn't matter if it's you or me. Obviously, you and most of us will never have this issue because we'll never have this kind of money. I know I'll never have this kind of money, but if I had this kind of money, then I have to have security. I have no choice. I have to invest my money in security. And then that's the problem that happens with all this. You end up buying so many houses and cars and all, and then you got to insure and maintain and protect and all, and that's more money on top of all of that. And yet you have a lot of money, but before you know it, you're going to go, wow, where did all that money go? And it's stupid shit like this. It's stupid shit like that. And it's sad because he should be able to have that. Now, how many times are you going to take it out? You're only going to take it out a couple times, whatever. Yeah, maybe on special games too. You're not even going to do it on every game either. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird, and it's sad because of the world we live in. That our insurance rates are so expensive, people are so disgusting, and that the young man can't have something for fun because he has to think of all the other stuff that comes with it. Because the world is so terrible, he has to have security. You know? Where maybe decades ago you didn't need to, and you were, kind of cool and everything, and insurance was a hell of a lot cheaper and all that, and your dollar was cheaper. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope he put some of his salary into Bitcoin, because that's how the Batmobile becomes cheaper. By the way, through Bitcoin, just like your home becomes cheaper through Bitcoin. Anyway, what a shame. Anyway, what are you going to do? And that's on the Netflix show. You can watch him talk about it on the Netflix show. He goes, I didn't end up getting the Batmobile because, I just had other things I wanted to deal with at that point. And the show reveals a 20-year-old considering moving from his mansion. We'll see if I end up moving or not, Burrow told the defensive coordinator Lou Amaruno. Now the whole world knows where I live now, but that hasn't been very fun to deal with. It's great to become famous, and maybe not. I don't know. I don't really care about that kind of stuff, but so many people, oh my God, I want to be famous. And okay, I definitely would love to have the money because I could take care of my family and never, I would love to have money for my daughter that she'd never have to worry again. My life is, bro, I'm on the back nine. You know what I mean? That to me doesn't matter. But yeah, I would love to. But it's just one of those things. You want fame? Oh, look what comes with it, dude. Like, that's the sad part. Now everybody knows where I live. And if you have a wife and kids and all that, oh man, that becomes an even bigger issue. Because you don't want your kids living like that or your wife living like that. That's tough. So I kind of feel bad for him on the silliness of the whole Batmobile stuff. It's a stupid expense, but he should be entitled to have that stupid expense. But because of the things that have happened to him, he's not willing to do it. Kind of sucks. What else do we have going on in the world of sports? Big O, you used to shop at my dad's store years back, Miller Food Mart. Glad to see you're doing well. Miller Food Mart. Is that the one off of 100 and like 35th and Sunset? I want to say. Is that the one that was sold to some other people now? And does your dad not own it anymore? I want to know. I want to know if that's the one. Akshar. And how'd you know I was there? Like, it's the weirdest thing, dude. People walk up to me and I have no idea who they are, but they know who I am. Okay, I want to tell you what that sucks about that. Okay, I got a fucking beef, bro. Okay, I got a fucking beef, bro. Okay, I really got a fucking beef here. Seriously, since your dad sold the damn store, okay, and I hope he's doing well. I hope he's doing great. I think he had a partner with him too, right? If I remember, because there was always two dudes there. So I wonder if that is he like his brother, your uncle, family, whatever. Hope they're doing great, but it sucks that they sold. I want you to know. Your dad was one of the few places where I can get the damn half-liter Coke in the glass. So the new people that bought it, they don't buy that anymore. So everybody's got the regular Mexican one. You know what I'm talking about, right? But very few people carry the half-liter. Your dad's an ass kicker. And I had it minutes from my house. I could stop by, pick up a couple, go. I mean, when your dad ran out of them, it's because my ass was buying them. So I know about 2 gas stations in Hialeah that sell it. So whenever I'm in that area and I want to treat myself, I'll stop by and I'll get a half-liter of a glass bottle Coke from Mexico, baby. Yes. That's a beautiful thing, man. Oh, that was his brother? Okay, yeah. I figured because they were always there. It seemed like you could tell they had each other's back and all that shit. You could tell there was some bonding there. You know what I'm saying? I could tell. But hey, man, that's cool. I had no idea you even watched the show. I had no idea you even knew who the hell I was or I existed. So that is small world, man. Small world. But damn, I miss your dad owning that shop. Selfishly. Oh, it's so cool to buy the half liter glass bottle Coke. Oh man. That is just, it's danger. It's not good for you. I get it. But quenching, baby. Quenching. Let's see. He goes, I went to True FinFan says, I went to your dad and uncle's store a lot. I grew up in that area. I went to the Green Glade Elementary, W.R. Thomas Middle School, and Braddock Senior High. Metralla. That's all I can tell you, True FinFan. Boy, you didn't go to some of the best schools in that area, my brother. I just want you to know. And especially in your day, they had some characters going through those buildings. Well, that is funny, Akshar. That is funny, Akshar. And the Marlins, I don't really care about the Marlins, bro. Until they're willing to actually keep people around long term and all that, don't matter to me. I'll put it this way: when it comes to the Marlins, we'll add them to the 3A graphics sports calendar if they make the playoffs. That's as far as I'll go. We'll add them to the sports calendar if they make the playoffs. But outside of that, I'm not rewarding people that don't, this is just a fluky little run, and then whoever plays well, they'll end up trading away. I'm tired of all that. You know what I mean? Until I see otherwise, and that'll take a couple of years of you proving that you're winning and you're keeping players and all that, then I'll start talking about you. Then I'll believe in you and all that. But for now, yeah, I don't really care about a little fluky run or whatever. Nobody cared about him before. So, yeah. Tell him I say hi and I miss him. I miss him. Damn it. Miss you, man. Those half-liter bottles of Coke. That was genius. Very few people do that. I don't know how they don't do that. And did you guys know that I was doing a show in those days while I was walking in there? How come you guys never mentioned it or anything? That's funny how nobody ever, hey, by the way, I listened to the show. Nobody ever mentioned it. Okay. Hey, Dad, you know that asshole that's buying all those Cokes, he does a radio show. Oh, that is funny. Akshar, thank you, my brother. And tell your dad I say hi. Oh, man. Thank you. No new businesses, by the way? Any new stores? Anything I can visit? Support? If you guys are doing anything new, tell me. I can, who knows? Visit and support, man. That's what we're all about. I finally saw the light last season as a Marlins season ticket holder. It took you to last season? Damn. I put it this way. Some of you are getting on this little bandwagon with the Marlins little streak here. While they had their outfield and Jose Fernandez, I didn't care about the Marlins then either. Some of you might be new to the show. Those of you that have been with me for years, you know how it is. I am with them. I don't really care. I don't care. Until you prove that you're really committed to winning, not flukish bullshit, I can't. I just can't. I can't. All right, let's do it. I think Hugo's there, right? Let's bring him aboard. This year, we plan on going to only one road trip. Last year, we went on several road trips, Buffalo, Indy, Seattle, LA, all of that. I think where were we? 1 and 3? I think 1 and 3. The LA trip, right, is the one we won. And I won, too, because I saw 3 concerts while I was there in LA, too. So I won, too, big time. But anyway, besides that, this year we're only going to do one trip. We're going to Madrid. And as un Baco, al Zuaray, I got to go see my people. So Hugo Monero, who is the president of Dolphins España, or España, if I got to say it como los gallegos, right? Is that how it goes, Hugo, right? I got to say it like los gallegos.
Así es. Hello. That's it. España.
So I'm looking forward to it. Hugo is obviously going to be my compadre out there, and he's going to help me set things up, and we'll see what bar we're at in Madrid for the pre and the post game show for the Dolphins and all that good stuff. Hugo, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. It's been a great days for us in Spain, and thank you so much for inviting me and having me here in your show and with your audience.
Yes. Oye, when I go there to Madrid, how do I dress so I don't get shot with water bottles and stuff like that, bro? You know what I mean? I don't want to get sprayed by water bottles by people like they're doing to the tourists. So how do I dress there when I go, my brother?
No, you don't have any problem here. Spanish people is really warm, is really passionate, and we will treat you so well.
That's in Barcelona where they're doing that, is what you're saying? Not in Madrid, huh?
Not in Madrid. In Barcelona, perhaps.
I think it's funny, man, when I see that because living in Miami, you don't think we have the same thing? We like, when you live in a major, beautiful city, everybody wants to move there. You know what I'm saying? And in Miami, I one of the most international cities in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like Barcelona, just like Los Angeles. It's just that's kind of the way it is. It's certain cities that you live in. If you live in Paris, too bad, bro. A lot of people are going to want to go live there, and want to be there, and that's kind of the negatives and the positives of it, right? It's a beautiful thing. With Spain, I'm watching all these videos now, Hugo. It's just amazing, bro. Madrid, Seville, all these different cities, because I want to go to Madrid, but I also want to visit a city or two outside of Madrid, too, at the same time.
Of course. We are the first country in the world receiving tourists, and we have a lot to offer to other countries, very different things in the north or the south of the country. And that stuff with Barcelona and with the tourists is because the taxes and the prices of the houses, because for the rental purposes, the prices are so high in the last years, and that's why the people living there protests against the discontrolled tourists.
Yeah. Same here in Miami. Same thing. Prices go up because of that, and we got people that live from all over, man. It's crazy, but it's beautiful. And you know what I love about I'm watching all these videos on Spain. You guys can go all across the country in those high-speed trains. Rápido, baby. Rápido. From one city to another, half hour, hour and a half. You can be in different places, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a great move. It's a great transport method here in Spain. You can go from Madrid to Barcelona in 3 hours in a train, high velocity train called AVE. And it's really useful for people living in one city going to work in other city, and moves all around the country from Barcelona to Sevilla, passing Madrid and all different cities in that line of the country.
So Hugo, when did you become a Dolphins fan?
Oh, it's an interesting story. When I was 18 years old, I had to move to another city because I was going to start my college studies. And then in the apartment where I live with my friends, we had international TV, international channels. I started in that period to study at night because the flat was so quietly, and I can concentrate in my studies. And when I made a breakup, I turned on the TV and I discovered the NFL. I didn't know anything about the football, about the NFL. I fell in love immediately with the sport, with the violence. Hope you understand me, of the sport.
Yeah, sure.
All the staff, the aim. I didn't understand anything. I don't know why it was first in offense. Another players go to the turf to play defense, but was those years in my nights studying my college studies when I discovered the NFL. And then after that, I became a Dolphins fan because Dan Marino.
Okay. Yeah. Man, Dan Marino is like the Beatles in music. Like you hear a musician, so why did you become a rock star? Oh, the Beatles. I saw the Beatles on TV. Oh, hey, why did you become a rock star? Well, I saw the Beatles on TV. I saw the Beatles. Well, how did you become a Dolphins fan? I saw Dan Marino. I saw Dan Marino. If it's not for Dan Marino, we would have not picked up a lot of Dolphins fans. Okay, because obviously I'm old. I was a Dolphins fan way before Marino. Okay, I had Greasy and I had Woodstock before Marino. You know what I mean? So I was already a Dolphins fan no matter what was going to happen, whether I got Marino or not. But over the years now, doing radio for 30, 35 years now and doing this show, I realized, man, a lot of fans became Dolphin fans because of Dan Marino.
My story is quite simple. In those years before 20th century in Spain, nobody knows anything about football, American football. I only know two names, Joe Montana and Dan Marino. I saw a picture of Joe Montana and I didn't like it. The colors of the jersey, the player, I didn't like it. I saw Dan Marino's picture and it was clear that was he was my player. It was my team because I saw his curly hair, the number 13, the colors, the logo of the team. I said, this is my team.
There you go. There you go. But you think about it, how many more championships you would have if you would have picked the other team?
Oh, prefer nothing that.
Yeah, I know.
Because
trust me, it's painful. I know. I get you, brother. I get you.
In those years, internet wasn't really was starting internet connection in all the world, and it was so difficult for me to watch games. I had to conform to watch the game the TV decides to put on live on air.
Unless you have somebody that has a C-band satellite, that was maybe the only way that they were going to be able to find American football. Because with the C-band satellite, my dad was a gambler back in the 80s. And we had a C-band satellite to watch any sporting event he wanted to watch because he betted on baseball every night and he bet on different games and he would find the games and all that. And the C-band satellite allowed me to watch all kinds of stuff. So that would be the only way in Spain to watch the Dolphins, probably. Really.
I remember in 1999, the last Dan Marino's last years, watching a game, Miami Dolphins versus Indianapolis Colts, Dan Marino versus Peyton Manning. The first year, I didn't understand in those years what I was watching because or why that was so important game or highest rated game, no? Because Dan Marino was playing against one of their successors. And that's only one of the few Dolphins game I could watch live in 1999.
Wow, that's crazy. And now you got what, the NFL ticket is there, right? Is that what you guys do over there in Spain? Is it the NFL ticket, or how do you watch a package there?
Now we see games with NFL Game Pass in DAZN, in other platform. The NFL has sold the rights of the TV rights to DAZN, and we pay for it, and we see the games, all the games, and the NFL draft and the combine, all the elements around the NFL. Paying for the NFL Game Pass, but in other platform here in Europe, who has the rights of the TV, of the NFL TV rights.
And obviously, Hugo, soccer, number one there, football, numero uno, como siempre. But where is the NFL now in the conversation? Is there any conversation? How do people talk about the NFL, or are they still talking NBA more than the NFL? Because the NBA was really the more international sport. After soccer or boxing or something, basketball might be the most international sport. So where is football now? Has it passed basketball there in Spain?
I didn't say so yet. Here in Spain is soccer, big gap, and other sports. Okay, right. Basketball, I will say, is the second one, but I feel that NFL, American football, like we call here, is growing a lot in last years. Um, every year increase the number of followers of the league, of the Super Bowl, of the countries, and with the international strategy in the last years, I think the people feel it more more common. It's more familiar to us to understand the fundamentals, the technicals of the game, the X and the O's. And that's because we can see all the elements of the game. We can watch the games, the all 22, the coach film, and there is a lot of people that are creating Spanish content about NFL. And I will say that in American sports is the NBA, and the NFL is growing faster
Right.
than any other sport here in Spain. And the proof is that for acquiring a ticket for the NFL Game Pass in Madrid, in Santiago Bernabeu, it was 100 people waiting on the queue, 60,000 people
Right.
on the queue. And it was crazy to acquire one ticket.
Right.
It was not only Spanish people, but most of them was Spaniards.
Right. Yeah. No, it's insane how it's grown. There's no doubt about that. And I think what will help eventually all over the world, not just in Spain, is that a Spanish player is playing in the NFL, an Italian player is playing in the NFL. You know what I mean? That I think is the next step, because Spanish players are playing in the NBA and winning NBA championships. You know what I'm saying? And Spanish players are playing international basketball, and they're having success in the Olympic team too, you know. And so that it's different when your own, cuando tu sangre está metido ahí en la cancha. You know, it's different. And I think that's the next step, that sport grows internationally, and that it's being played in Spain in schools, and they're playing, and then they can then breed their own NFL players. You know what I'm saying? And I think if we could get to that point in the next 20 to 40 years, that's where I think football then grows, because your own is also in it, like it is in the NBA. That's why I was telling you that the NBA is number 2, because soccer's number 1. We all know that. That's not even a discussion. Number 2 sport in the world is basketball, because everybody in the world is participating. Right now in football, it's still Americans. That's it. It's just Americans.
I think the next 3 years are going to be critical for these growing purposes of the NFL, because with the 2028 Olympic Games in Los Angeles, the flag football becoming an Olympic sport is going to be so important for us, because there is a lot of people and young children here in Spain that are starting to play football, flag football.
Right.
And that's the first step
exactly
to increase the interest of the sport and the passion and the fundamentals. Since you are a young boy, when I was a young boy, I couldn't play flag football or football or flag football. It's impossible, and I think it's the crucial point. The next Olympic Games in Los Angeles, the young children here in Europe, in Spain, in Germany, in France, in UK, playing flag football and knowing the roots, the defense, the covers, all that stuff.
Yep. I'm with you there, and I think that's the next step. And then I think you'll see expansion of teams and a division in Europe and all that. I think it'll be a long time from now, but I think it's something that eventually will develop. But you've got to then create the breeding ground. And I think the flag football is a great point on your part. That starts to plant the seeds for that sport to start to grow to the next level internationally. So tell me, my brother, what are the early plans for the Dolphins getting there?
I don't know official information. I think they are
for you guys, for fans in Spain.
okay.
Yeah.
The franchise, I think they are going to come here to Spain before the game several times to promote flag football. I think they are one focal point of this international strategy. And now we are starting to think a lot of events or things we want to do that week or that weekend.
Okay.
We want to, of course, on Saturday before the game, there will be a fan party, an official Dolphins party with fans, with the staff of the Dolphins, with the journalists, David Furones, Joe Shah, or the people who are coming to Madrid. I've got several ideas, but I think the Dolphins should approve it. I would like to create an NFL museum or Dolphins museum here in the city of Madrid for the people can or could know more about the history of the Dolphins, the perfect season, the beginnings of the sport, where are we going from here, and all the things. And on Saturday, I would like to create a meeting of European Dolphins fan clubs and with international fan clubs. During the game, I would like all the people that doesn't have a ticket could watch the game in a TV, in a local or a pub or in a TV. And after the game, I would like to celebrate a fan party or goodbye party.
Well, that's where maybe we can do our post game show and all that. That's where we'll definitely over the next couple of months we'll plan that out and get that going, because we want to be in the middle of all of that too.
We are looking for pubs or discos or museums, theaters that allowed us to meet there and that it have the capacity of getting a lot of people inside.
Sure. Hugo, if Dolphin fans want to contact you, maybe they're going out to Spain and they want to be a part of all the events that you guys are going to be putting together along with the Dolphin fan base and the Miami Dolphins and everything else going on, how do they reach you guys out there? What social media platform do you want them to use?
I use social media. The most I use, or the one I use the most, is X. My X account is @Hugo Monero 1, and our Spanish Dolphin Club is @Dolphin Club Spain, all together. Dolphin Club Spain.
Okay.
That's where you can find me. You can contact me by DM or another form. We've got also an Instagram account. My personal account is the same, @Hugo Monero 1, and for the Spanish club, @Dolphin Club Spain, also the same. And we've got also a Facebook group of the fan club, the Spanish fan club. And you can contact us with those accounts, and we were pleasure to respond, to answer the questions, to give recommendations of the hotels or Madrid zones to stay, to visit, about gastronomy, the Spanish gastronomy, patatas bravas, calamares, and all the Spanish
Yeah,
food.
well, when I get there, you're gonna have to take me around where to go and eat. By the way, I'm like 100 yards from La Plaza, so I'm right there in the center of all the action. So I'm looking forward to it, my brother. That's going to be a lot of fun. I followed you right now on Twitter, and I already did on Facebook there. So get it going, Hugo. We'll bring you on. We'll bring you on a few more times leading up to the game in November, my brother, and look forward to hanging out with you out there in Madrid, man. Thank you for taking some time, Hugo, and we'll catch up in the near future, my friend, when the season starts.
Oh, thank you so much. Hope to see you here in Madrid, meet you, and hope you had a great time in my country, Spain.
Oh, we definitely will. We definitely will. All right, Hugo, you be good, my brother. Un abrazo.
Un abrazo. Fins up.
You got it. Fins up. Damn right. There you go, baby. All right. Hugo Monero, President, Dolphin España. We're going to do it that way. Okay. Dolphin España. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Remember, folks, you can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo, and you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. We are here at Toyota of Hollywood, like we always are, the second Wednesday of every month. The Camry LE sedan right now, you can get it for $299 a month, 0 down. Come on down here. They got some great deals going on. No payments for 90 days, 2.75% financing, 4 full years, 0 down. Come on out here. My man, Herbie Lopez, running the show, doing great work here at, of course, Toyota of Hollywood. And remember, you can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo, and you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. And Chainlink and Solana, by the way, also, which is good. By the way, Ethereum has been moving. Not bad. Alethia's been moving a little bit. I like that. I like to see that. I like it. Very good. What else do we have going on? Let's see what we got here on the chat board. The NFL game I watched and I became a Dolphin fan. It was 84 AFC Championship game. Dan Marino led the Dolphins to a 45-28 victory over the Steelers. Marino had 421 yards and 4 touchdowns. It's amazing how Marino got so many people hooked to the Dolphins. God. It is. Without Dan, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Maybe it's like 30-40% of our fan base or something. You know how many people I've met because they say Dan Marino made him a Dolphins fan?
So you're saying Dan Marino ruined a lot of people's lives?
Well, it was all downhill after that, yes. Yeah. Basically.
I mean that as a joke.
Yeah. Shula ruined having Dan Marino because he didn't maximize it. Those are the facts. He didn't build it, which, by the way, stay tuned for nuggets. You're going to take them however you want to take them. Some of them you're going to love. Some of them you're going to question. Whatever. But it is what it is. But it's just, it does kind of remind me of something of that with Marino and Shula. Nuggets remind me of Shula Marino to a certain extent. And we'll mention it. What else do we have here? Actually, the number 2 sport in the world is cricket. Well, I get what you're saying. I'm just happy to see a Dolphins fan. The thing is, cricket is not as big in like Spain or Argentina than basketball. Now, is cricket bigger in the Caribbean countries? Is it bigger in India than basketball? Yeah. But what did I just say? Spaniards, are they really known as cricketers? No. It's probably dudes that come from India, Africa, whatever. When your people are in the sport, it's bigger. So in Colombia, basketball is bigger than cricket. Okay. Now, cycling in Colombia is bigger than basketball. It's crazy, right? Soccer, boxing, cycling, then maybe basketball in Colombia. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It all depends on where you're at. Brazil, probably basketball is bigger than cricket. I would say, I would gamble on that. So it all depends, but maybe overall, because of the certain countries you're talking about, their population is so big, Asia and African countries, and then Caribbean and all that, you put all that together, maybe that's why they're number 2 technically. But I would say in the modern city societies, New York, Paris, you know what I'm talking about, Medellin, Sao Paulo, Munich, whatever, I would say it's basketball. I would say basketball is the more international sport. Because think about it, in the Olympics, it's more about basketball than it is cricket. You know what I'm saying? So just, I know it has its place. I can't argue that. But I would still say that basketball has more cachet in a lot of places, overall. Let's see. What else do we have going on? True Fin fan, giving Hugo a little love. Jeff in Long Island, giving Hugo some love. I like that. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you all. Let's see. I wonder how many time fans we'd have today had we not had Marino for 17 years. Crazy. We'd have less fans, bro. Big O for us old timers. It was Shula, Warfield, Zonk who got me hooked. To me, it was just Dolphins, and I was in Miami and my dad. That's it, dude. I didn't know any better. I was just a kid. I was a child. My dad is the one that made me a Dolphins fan because he was a Dolphins fan. And because he was a Dolphins fan and he bought season tickets and all that, that automatically, that's it. That made me a Dolphins fan. It wasn't really about a player. It was about my dad. For me, in my case, at least. That's the only way I can say. I can never say it was a player ever made me a Dolphins fan. Never say it. I have to say it was my dad that made me a Dolphins fan. Because his crazy ass passion for the team since I could know anything. Okay? From the first second I knew anything about sports, it was Dolphins. Dolphins. He couldn't make me a Yankees fan. I became a Phillies fan in spite of his ass on that one. There's no way I was going to become a Yankees fan. But I had a problem with baseball when I was a kid. I looked around and I go, okay, so you're all Yankees and you're all Red Sox and you're all Orioles and you're all Dodgers and you're all Reds fans. That's it. There was no other team in South Florida, especially in the Latin community. It was those 5 teams. Period. End of story. You were a Yankees fan. Oh, you weren't. Oh, okay. You were an Orioles fan. Oh, you're a Dodgers fan. No. You're a Reds fan. Oh, no, you're a Red Sox fan. Okay. That's it. It's over. No more. I said, nah, I'm going to become a Phillies fan. So that was the only thing. With baseball, it was just kind of like everybody chose the same teams. It's like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm going to be Mr. Contradiction. Thank you, Stephen Harris. It's who I am, bro. Keep telling people. Nothing but a Bitcoiner all the way. That's my religion. That's my party. That's my purpose. It's nice to have a porpoise. Like Flipper. Let's see. I grew up being in Chicago, being a Cubs, Bulls, Blackhawks, and Dolphins fan because of Marino. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. When you're out of town, I can see that. Yeah, definitely. What else? Do you remember someone by the name of Hector Soros? Pretty sure you won't, but he's my uncle and made me a Dolphins fan as a kid, plus showed me who you were. Big fan of yours. Okay. Well, God bless him, man. Thank you to Hector. I appreciate that. That's very nice of him. Brett says, keep in mind, I was so far away in Toronto, another Dolphins fan here. Back then, I followed Shula over Baltimore. Right. See, it's different for an out-of-towner. You're going to need a Marino, a Zonka, a Shula, something to kind of bring you in. You know what I mean? For me, it was different. I'm living in Miami, born and bred, and so then just like I'm a child. And all I know is that this crazy man that's my dad is like religion Sundays. Like, you know, and you sat there and you watched the games and he was going nuts and give me 5 and give me 5 and give me 5. And, you know, so it was just like, and it had nothing to do with a player. Now I also, you know, got the benefit of going to 7-Eleven and getting a different Dolphins cup every week. And, you know, I got Norm Bulash this week, and then I got Zonka, and then I got, you know, whatever. So, you know, that kind of stuff was cool. And that's kind of how it was bred in me, you know. But if you're from out of town, it's different. You don't live in that world because you're an out of towner. So your parents are probably not even Dolphins fans. They don't have the same religion that my dad had or anybody that lives locally, you know, at that point, you know. So it's different. Everybody's influenced differently. But Marino is the Messiah, bro. He is the fiddler on the roof. He's the dude that just there's a conga line longer than Wilt Chamberlain's of just fans just flocking to the Dolphins. Flocking. It's amazing. Truly is amazing. And it's the one thing that I've heard, and I compare it to musicians talking about the Beatles. It's exactly the same thing. Alice Cooper, what'd you? Oh, the Beatles. Led Zeppelin, what'd you? Oh, the Beatles. Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are. Everybody, oh, no, it was the Beatles. That's why I'm here. That's why it's the same thing. Dan Marino is the number one conduit to Dolphins fan base. They around the world, they saw those highlights, they saw him throw, they saw the swag, all that, and they fell in love with that shit. And that's what Hugo fell in love with, because Marino was cool. Even though Joe Montana was called Joe Cool, Marino was like badass cool, like in your face cool, like F you, I'm still gonna do it cool, whether you like it or not cool. You know, that's who Marino was. And that attracts you because it's the swag of Sinatra. That's who Marino is. It's that kind of swag. You walk around like Tiger, you know, that swag that you just drip, as they say. Ty in the Bronx. Thank you, sir, for the love in the super chat. Says, my mom made me a Fins fan. There you go. 12/25/71. Fins at KC. If your parent is a fanatic, that's a good chance that they're going to influence who you are. Watching Dan Marino made me a diehard Dolphins fan, says Stephen Harris. That is the number one. Number one, baby. Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar, where the Marlins hope to be if they make the playoffs. Reach out to our guy, Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443, custom printing and embroidery tonight. Inter Miami looking for a road win. Messi is available. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I hope he can stay in one piece. They are taking on a better team. They're not playing the worst team in the conference, so we'll see what happens tonight on the road. Short week. 7:30 on Saturday, Pitbull Stadium. Miami FC will host Lexington SC. The Thunder and Chet Holmgren agreed to a 5-year, $239 million max deal. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. Should I mention in the sports calendar that Tua was close to selling his home for $3 million? Did you see that story? And you know what's going on there, right? It's like simple math. Seriously. Okay, he had a kid, right? Isn't he having another kid now? Okay, so Tua selling his home. It's a 5-bedroom. Let me just say that again. A family man has only a 5-bedroom because, you know, he has family members probably that might stay with them or come over or whatever. And, you know, he's super family oriented. So you already have 2 kids, plus you have your bedroom. That's already 3 bedrooms eventually. Maybe for now you might have 2 of them in a room, you know, whatever. But eventually they're going to want their own identities. So he sold a 5-bedroom house that's only 5,076 square feet. That's not really like a ginormous house for a dude that makes his kind of money, right? And he paid $1.65 million. Now he's selling it for $3 million. So he's cutting a sweet chunk profit. You know what he's doing, right? He's getting a bigger home, bro. That's what he's doing. Because, you know, people are like, oh, is this his last year and all that? No, asshole. He's just, bro, his family's growing. He needs bigger space. He probably turns one of those rooms into a, like, what's that called? Like when you want to watch movies and shit, like a theater room and all that. Maybe you make another one into an arcade and all that. You need rooms, dude. And I bet you his next house has easy 8 rooms or more in the next house. You know, he probably went conservative because that's who he is. And then now his family's outgrown it. And you're like, okay, we got to move. And we moved. And that's exactly what you do. So, but hey, listen, if you want to go with the drama of, you know, that's his last year and all that, go for it, bro. If that's what helps you sleep at night, you know, God bless you, man. Welton Rail, by the way, proud sponsors of our program. We love talking about Jeff Welton, Daniel Rail, 954-966-4646. Reasons why we're on every day. Reasons why we have David Furones on twice a week. Jeff Welton, Daniel Rail, and a reason why so many of you are in much better place because you called them when you were in your need. Okay, when a storm hit you, when some kind of a leak broke in your roof, and you got to deal with that insurance company, which they're not fun to deal with. They love collecting from you, but when they've got to come through, that's a little bit more difficult. That's why you need Welton Rail and their adjusters. Never ever call the insurance company. You call Welton Rail first. They send their adjusters. And then they attack the insurance company for you. You never have to deal with the insurance company. You just pick up a check, baby. 954-966-4646 and save it now during that hurricane season. All right. Let me get to a little music before I get to a little Dolphins, Nuggets, and news. Did I say news? I don't know if you can say news. You know? I don't know if you can say news. I don't know if I should say news. Could be newsy. Could be juicy. Could be bullshit. Let's go. Who was born today? Let's start off with musicians born on July 9th. And we start off with Jack White. That's right. John Gillis, a.k.a. John Gillis from White Stripes. Jack White, born in 1975. Simon Tong, guitarist and keyboardist for The Verve, born in 1972. Frankie Bello, born in 1965, the bassist with Anthrax. Let's see who else. Jim Kerr, lead singer with Simple Minds. Don't you forget about me. Born in 1959. Also born in 59. A man that is tainted with love. Mark Allman. Yes. Tainted Love. Born in 1959. Let's see who else celebrating birthdays. Debbie Sledge. She is one of the sisters from Sister Sledge. Debbie Sledge, born in 1954. Ooh, shit. My bad. Born 1959 also. D.H. Peligro, punk rocker, drummer with the Dead Kennedys, baby. All right? And we lost him in 22, unfortunately. Let's see who else celebrating birthdays today. Mitch Mitchell, drummer with the Jimi Hendrix Experience. Kind of an underrated band. We know Jimmy is the god, but the other two guys don't get enough love. They were damn good musicians, bro. Bon Scott, rest in peace. Born in 1946 on this date, the original singer for AC/DC, Ronald Belford Scott. Bon Scott died of alcohol poisoning back in 1980. What a shame. Let's see who else is celebrating. Don McPherson, singer with the R&B group Main Ingredient, born in 41. And that is it for musicians born on this date. Let's go with other famous people born on July 9th. Remember, if I don't say the age, that means they have passed away. Okay? We go with artist David Hockney, born in 37. He is 88. Actor Brian Dennehy, born in 1938. Actor Richard Roundtree, born in 1942. One badass after another. Dennehy and Roundtree, especially Roundtree, just oozed of badass. Let's see who else. O.J. Simpson, born in 47 on this date. John Tesh, speaking of musicians, born in 52, he's 73. Kevin O'Leary, businessman, TV personality, born in 54, he's 71. Actor Jimmy Smits, born in 55, he's 70. Tom Hanks, the man that eats children, born in 56, he's 69. Some funny shit, by the way. Kelly McGillis, actress, born in 57, she's 68. Who else celebrating birthdays today? Actor Fred Savage, born in 76, he's 49. Musician Kylie Williams, Cheetah Girls. Musician used very loosely, she's 39. Let's see who else, and that is it. Sean Stanley, you are up, sir, with Wrestlers. What do you got?
Yes, sir. Andrew Everett turns 33. Salvatore Sincere, he's 59. And the ageless wonder, Shelton Benjamin, he turns 50 today, July 9th, 2025.
Okay. Wow. Damn, dude.
I didn't believe it. I went to two more places.
If I looked like that when I was 50, I'd have divorce issues. I mean, how do you fend the women off? You look like I wouldn't even walk around with a shirt. With my body, I got to walk around with a jacket. With that body, I don't know. I'd wear as little as possible, just to show everybody. You see, I got it. All right, let's go to music history. What happened today on July the 9th? All right. Let's start off with 55. Bill Haley in the comments went to number 1 on the singles charts with "We're Gonna Rock Round the Clock Tonight. We're Gonna Rock, Rock, Rock." All right. Went to number 1 8 weeks and becoming one of the biggest selling singles of all time. In 58 on this date, Johnny Cash signed to Columbia Records, where he remained for the next 30 years and released more than 60 albums. Today in 77, Elvis Costello quit his job at Elizabeth Arden Cosmetics to become a full-time musician. I think that was a good decision by him. In 83, the Police started an 8-week run at number 1 on the singles charts with "Every Breath You Take." In 88 on this date, Cheap Trick went to number 1 on the singles charts with "The Flame," the group's only U.S. number 1, and it is a great song. I will be the flame. Love it. Great song. Let's see who else. Elton John in 99 on this date had a pacemaker fitted in an operation at a London hospital following reports of his ill health, and he's still rocking. Let's see who else. In 2013 on this date, Lauryn Hill began a 3-month prison sentence in Connecticut for tax evasion. I challenge that. That's not tax evasion with Lauryn Hill. She's just going to be late on her payment. She's late to all her appearances. It's what she does, U.S. government. What is wrong with you people? If you schedule Lauryn Hill for a show at 8 on July 9th, she's going to show up July 9th, but in 2030. Now, she'll show up, but she'll show up 5 years later. You'll be old. You'll be, waiting there forever on the show, screaming, wanting a refund, but she'll show up. You should not have done that to her. Send her to jail. She'll pay her taxes, but it'll be years from now. Just have to wait, bro. She took Cuban time to a whole nother level. I think her name really is Lauryn Hill Perez. Just saying. 2014, John Spinks, guitarist and songwriter for The Outfield, died at the age of 60. Josie's on a vacation far away. Let's see, what else do we have? And in 2021 on this date, Vince Staples released his self-titled 4th studio album. It features "Are You With That?" Isn't that what Kirk Cousins used to say when he, "Are you with that? Are you with that?" Isn't that what he used to say? That damn Vince Staples stealing shit from Kirk Cousins. "Are you with that? Are you with that?" I remember that. I remember when he used to say that. By the way, while everybody complains about the first-round pick for the Miami Heat, you see my boy Pella Larson? Kid's got some toughness and guts, and just like him, bro. I like him. I give that man a lot of playing time off the bench, please. I think he's got a chance to turn into a decent player for you. Really do. Really do. Brian Dennehy was a character, bad dude actor. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Let's see. Big O, did you hear about Stevie Wonder diagnosed with 2 types of cancer? No, I did not. Did not. Sad. Stupid cancer, bro. Freaking cancer. So, Dolphins wise, had some conversations yesterday with some of the folks in the building. Hadn't talked to them in a couple of weeks to see everything going on and talk. By the way, can you look up on Spotrac if they've updated yet the Darren Waller contract? Darren Waller will be paid a little bit over the minimum plus incentives, is what I'm told. So it's not what Jonnu Smith was making. It's not the minimum, but it's slightly over. It's a little bit more than the minimum. So whatever 1.2, 3, whatever million, he might be making 2 or something, maybe 2.5 or something, plus incentives is what I'm told. They didn't give me the exact number. I'm kind of ballpark guessing. It's not updated yet, right? Nobody's talked about it yet, but it'll come out soon. Is it called Hydrox or some shit? Yes, Hyrox, HYROX workout. One of the things that I heard in the building, and if you're concerned, right? This guy's been rapping and off of football and all that. What's the first thing you're worried about, right? Is conditioning, right? Apparently, he is in crazy mofo condition, like insane condition. Okay. So that part is out the window. You don't have to worry about this in July that, is this guy using training camp to get in his shape? No, he's already in shape. He's running like crazy. He's flying around and all that kind of stuff. Now, do I think you're going to get much from this guy? Not really. He's athletic as hell, but he's in his 30s already. Been out of football a little bit here. But the good thing is, I will say that he is in crazy shape because he was already doing all kinds of, insane workouts with that Hyrox thing. Go to his Instagram page and you'll see it there. But because they told me, hey, he's in amazing shape and all that. One of the things that maybe you're concerned about. And then they told me you also can go, on the Instagram page and you can see it. And so it's that's something that at least, couple things there on the side. Again, I'm not telling you whether he's going to be great or not, but at least he's here in shape already and ready to go. And I think that's really important to a certain extent, that he doesn't have to try to get in shape. Now, he's had injury history throughout his career. So durability has kind of been a thing with him. But again, they're not paying him a ton of money. This isn't a high risk, high reward type of thing. This is a low risk, high reward type of thing. In a way, I was thinking about this after I had the conversation with a couple people. Although with one person I only talked Waller with. The other person I never talked Waller with. I talked a couple things, but not Waller with that person. But one of the things at least if you got 500, 600 yards out of the guy, at least you got some utility out of him. Okay? Because if you could get something out of the young guys, then you don't have to necessarily depend on a 30-year-old that still doesn't know what he wants to do with his life and is kind of confused. Because let's be honest, when you're quitting football and you're going to become a rapper and you're not really a rapper, it's kind of stupid. You know what I mean? Like, does rapping really have to take off your football time? No. You do have an off season, right? You could make music in the off season. You could make music on your off days. You can have appearances on your off days. You can do all those kind of things to create a music career. And then if it hits, and once you're selling records and once you're in demand for concerts, then you can say, you know what, dude, I don't want to put my body through this. But when you leave without any security, that tells me that you're not all well here. You're not getting it. So I'm not telling you to depend or rely on Darren Waller in any shape, way, or form. I'm just telling you, one, what he's going to get paid, a little bit over the minimum, plus incentives. It's not going to be the minimum. And he's in crazy ass shape overall. So he's in a good frame of mind for football now. And he's desperate, probably. This is where I'll add my caveat to all of this. This is a guy who's probably desperate for money because he didn't make money. He probably lost money doing rapping because you got to rent studios. You got to do all that kind of shit. You got to try to promote yourself. And if you aren't being paid for it, you're putting your money into it. And he probably blew a lot of money doing that too. Okay. So this is a guy that's got problems in settling on what he wants to do in life. But now he's doing what the Lord gave him the gifts for, and he's back to do that. Now, we'll find out how it pays off. But in the end, because you're not paying him a world of money, dude, if you get 500-600 yards from the guy and he gets 3-4 touchdowns for you, 5, that's a serviceable player. And at this point, off the street like that, what else? That's nugget number 1. And newsy, I guess, right? Because of the salary, I guess. I don't know. Nobody's going to tell you that, right? Nobody's told you anything like that. Nugget number 2, why haven't you seen a cornerback being signed? They want too damn much money. They're asking for $4, $5, $6 million. Just so you'll know. So that's where the stance is right now for the Miami Dolphins. They're not interested in adding any of these corners at those kind of prices. Training camp starts, they suffer some injuries. They might change their mind, and maybe that's what those cornerbacks and those agents are waiting for. They're waiting for people to suffer injuries, get desperate. Maybe that's what they'd rather do instead of commit now for less money. But from what I'm hearing is that they're asking for way too much money right now. See you. So they're asking for too much money right now, those corners. The great Herbie Lopez, by the way, in the house. And so that's a problem right now. And that's why you haven't seen, hell, nobody's adding them. It's just not the Dolphins. Anybody sign Samuel Jr.? Anybody sign Rasul Butler? Anybody sign any of those guys that we've talked about that are on that list? Nobody's signing them. So the word is that maybe it's too much. That's nugget number 3 for you. Number 2, that is. Nugget number 3 for you now on what's going on in a certain situation. Now, I don't know how you want to look at this. I don't know how you want to view all of this right now. Okay. I'm told there's a refocused Mike McDaniel. Take this with a grain of salt. Do whatever you want with it. You know I'm not a Mike McDaniel fan. And by the way, both gentlemen that I was talking to yesterday, I don't know how many times I repeated how much I dislike Mike McDaniel to them. Just so you'll know. Okay? I'm like, man, this guy doesn't understand running. He wants to run, He wants to run. He was leading the charge for the big backs. Little nugget for you there. So apparently Mike wanted to have bigger backs involved. Take this with a grain of salt because you and I have seen the running game work, and he abandons it and starts to pass. But Is Tyreek reliable enough for you to continue to pass? Ooh, you should have seen that no from Sean. Like, yeah, no, not really. Does Waddle catch the ball consistently in key moments? Is Jonnu Smith still here? And he made a living out of those screens and little bubble screens and all that kind of stuff. It wasn't like, a whole bunch of downfield stuff and all kinds of crap. It was, dink and dunk stuff that he turned into stuff. You don't have, this is my caveat to the information that I got. Okay. I'm told that there's a renaissance, a drive, a want to really establish the run more. And I'm even told that he was part of trying to get the big backs. I have told you that to me, this offseason smells like Greer finally said, dude, I can't keep going in your direction where you don't really put a lot of emphasis on the guards. I let go of a Rob Hunt. Whether they believe it's a mistake or not, I don't know. Maybe they still don't to this day. Maybe they still don't even think it's a mistake that they let go of Van Ginkel. You know what I mean? And by the way, if Van Ginkel, he used to get nicked up and banged up here all the time. If somehow he gets injured this year, then they end up becoming right. Obviously right now it looks terrible for them. Van Ginkel looks like they should never have let him go. And I'm sure there's some regret in the building, but it's just one of those things. But since getting back to my point, he did not put a lot of emphasis on the guards. And then I see you sign James Daniels, and then I see you draft Savanaya. However it's pronounced, I'm sorry. I'll get used to it whenever I kind of hear it enough. So to me, it kind of was like, okay, this is more coming from Greer in the front office than it is from Mike McDaniel. So I'm being told that there is a real emphasis to run the football. And that Mike actually was the guy pushing for the bigger backs. So expect Jalen Wright to get more carries. Nugget. And expect the big backs to supposedly be part of the mix. And there might be some truth to that because, dude, the passing thing is not going to work for you if that's all you're going to be. It's too obvious to the defense. If you haven't figured that out yet, I can't help you. Again, take it with a grain of salt because the coach himself has to prove when push comes to shove that he will do what's fundamentally right instead of being the gunslinging coach that he likes to be and fails at all the time. But this is what I'm hearing, that there was the emphasis on the run game and on the backs and all that kind of stuff, that there's more coming from the All right, we are back. Apologies. No, not back yet. Now we're back. Okay. Apologies. It's live. It happens, So things happen. We are back. So there you go. Those are some of the news and nuggets from Dolphins. And I can't tell you about the stuff with McDaniel. I All right. We're back, I think. All right. Something's going on, some technical issue there. Anyway, appreciate you all. Those of you that hung in there. Thank you. 305 Sports. Thank you for the super chat. He says, as soon as you started talking about Mike McDaniel, the broadcast went to shit. That seems about right. Yep. Anyway, just take it as you will, whatever. But talk is cheap. You got to walk the talk. And that's something that we haven't seen. Now, I will say this. The actions of getting Madison and the Ollie kid are that you are adding bigger backs. The action of wanting to get Wright more involved, a little bigger than Achane, and take the wear and tear off Achane, which, by the way, I mentioned it to somebody, and they're well aware of that. Not that they wouldn't be, but they were also worried about the overload on Achane, too. So, again, take it as you will. And then they added the 2 guards. We'll see. The other way doesn't work. And it's proven all over the NFL. Those teams that run are the teams that are going to be the better offenses. That's just kind of the way it goes, True Finn fan says, do you believe that about McDaniel? No, until I see it. But I can only tell you what I can only tell you what's going on, why there's no corners being signed, because they want 4, 5, 6 million plus. It's what they want. I can tell you, what's going on with Waller and what his contract will be. It's a little bit over the minimum, I'm told, plus the incentives. So it's not the minimum. And he's in phenomenal shape. Okay. I'm just passing on. The people that are talking to me about Mike McDaniel, I'm telling them, well, I don't believe crap about this guy until I see it. You know what I'm saying? So what can I tell you? But if there is a dedication to the run, okay, then they were right, and he stayed to the plan. We'll find out. That's the part that none of us can really answer until it really happens. But I can at least tell you what's the vibe and the talk and some of the stuff that's going on in the building and some of your answers on why there is no cornerback being signed. Nowhere. By the way, not just the Dolphins. Nobody's signing them. And maybe those people and their agents are just waiting for some injuries. That's all. And it's good to know that Waller is in great shape. Like phenomenal shape. And if you're at that age and trying to make it back in the NFL, that's one thing you better be. You better be in absolutely phenomenal shape. Okay. In short yardage situations during the 2024 season, the Dolphins struggled significantly, particularly on 3rd and 4th downs with 1 yard to go. They ranked among the worst teams in the league. Finn's rule, that's been a problem for us for 40 years. Occasionally, we have a Ricky Williams here, and we'll stick you with the Lamar. And, well, wow, we got a Jay Ajayi year. And, there'll be aberrations. But for 40 years, whether it's Marino to Tua and everybody in between, most of the time the Dolphins just couldn't hand somebody the ball to get 1 yard or 2. Just they didn't have the offensive line and the running game for it. They just didn't. Outliers existed in the last 40 years. Okay? Outliers. But can the Steelers get you a yard or 2 for the last 40 years? Can the Baltimore Ravens for the last 20 years? 25, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Some teams getting a yard or 2 is just rarely ever a problem. For us, that's always been our problem. Doesn't matter who. So it's just nothing new that we suck in the run game, and that we are mediocre on the offensive line. We never and we don't dominate consistently on the defensive line. And this is what happens. That's why we've been a soft finesse team for 40 years practically. So none of this will stop the pre-snap penalties, the problems getting plays in, the horrible challenges, bad clock management. So we'll find out. I can only tell you what I'm hearing, what's newsworthy or whatever. All I'm doing is I'm giving you a plethora of things, okay? All right? If Waller's in great shape, then I'm right? And if he's getting paid slightly over the minimum, plus incentives, he's not getting paid the minimum, getting a little bit more than the minimum, plus incentives, then that's what you want, right? If no corners are being signed, why? Well, I'm telling you, they want $4, $5, $6 million, and not just the Dolphins. Nobody's willing to pay it. Okay. And then I'm telling you I don't know what it is. The focus on the running game is there from that guy. When the season starts and push comes to shove, we'll find out. Well, I'll find out, and I need to see it. I'm at a point now where I'm done with Mike McDaniel. I've been done with Mike McDaniel. It's kind of like the Marlins, the same thing. I don't care about a stupid winning streak or anything like that. No, dude, I need to see you keep people around and buy your players, like, pay salaries and pay for a core players, and then you're committed to winning. Then I can believe, but some stupid little fluky streak, I don't give a shit about that. Doesn't do anything for me. Same as hearing this from Mike McDaniel. I need to see it for 17 games. I need to see you committed to a season of you want to punch people in the mouth at the line of scrimmage. You want to bring that extra safety in and make life easier for your passing game. Get rid of all that shit that you had to deal with last year. Why are you dealing with all that cover too? Because you can't run the damn ball. Because nobody respects your running game. So until he actually shows me that he can build a respectable running game, not a gimmick running game, because that's what he has, a gimmick running game. I want a running game that I'm running and I'm going right through the left side and you're not going to do anything about it. We have now shifted over to the right. Now we're going to show you we're running heavy on the right side, and you're not going to do anything about it. That's what I want to see. That's all. Motion, boom, boom. The tight end moved to the left. Fullback also shifted to the left. Now we're telling you we're going completely left, and you're not going to do anything about it. That's what I want to see. And when I see that, then I know my quarterback, whether it's Marino, whether it's Tua, can actually go out there and do what he needs to do. Until I see that, I'm not going to believe Mike McDaniel. But I'm just going to tell you, just in case it does happen, by some miracle, something that I don't believe ends up being the case. Okay? That's all I can tell you. Let's see. Jeff in Long Island, you're giving us hope, Orlando. I'm not giving you any hope whatsoever. I'm just telling you what I heard. That's all I'm telling you. I'm not telling you anything else. I'm not telling you to have any hope whatsoever. Don't try to create it. Okay? There's no reason to create it until it happens. That's it. Okay? What else? Hell, even the Waller thing. As much as he's in shape, I don't know what you're going to get from the guy. Still here, just because he's physically in impeccable shape doesn't necessarily mean that. How's he going to deal with rough moments? How's he going to deal with losing? How's he going to deal with not catching the ball for a week where they lose and he had one reception for 4 yards? How's he going to handle that? Is he going to come up with a new rap and rip Mike McDaniel? I don't know. I have no idea. But at least I can tell you some of those things that at least he did come to camp in shape already, which that's actually cool. That's good. The last time we could consistently get 3rd and 1 was with Lusaka Polite. Yeah. I mean, it's just, again, outliers, moments, and then they're gone. So many of the remaining free agent cornerbacks are in their 30s, while some still offer value. Teams may be wary of long-term deals. I don't think anybody's getting a long-term deal here, Finro. I don't think that's the case. I don't think they just don't want to pay that high of a salary for a one-year player. That's what I think it is. None of those guys are real multi-year deals. The only guy that I would give a multi-year deal is Asante Samuel Jr. because he's 25. Yeah, I would try to get a 2-year special. So we shall see. Okay. By the way, where is Bitcoin? Still stuck at 109? Damn, sell it all, bro. Stuck at 109. 109, 182. Where's the stock market is up 145 points. S&P's up 22. And the NASDAQ is just under a point. Okay. They are making big assumptions that these new linemen can play. Well, they better. They better play, my brother. They better play. That's all I can say. Because if they don't, if James Daniels and Savanaya, is it Savanaya? I don't know. It does sound good, right? Savanaya sounds like, and it's probably completely wrong. Guaranteed. But if they can't play, the season's done. Yeah, Jesse Davis, exactly. Yeah, bring him out. Bring him out, bring him out. Yeah. So they better be able to play because the entire season is on the line. You're not going to be able to run or protect the quarterback if those two guards aren't playing. So, yeah, there's a lot on the line. There's no doubt about that. All right, folks, we're out of here. We thank, of course, the great Sean Stanley. Thank you for hanging in there with the technical difficulties. Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button, man, while you're watching at any time. We appreciate you all out there. If you made a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show, that is Cash Big O Show. We appreciate you immensely. We will see you tomorrow afternoon from Hialeah Park at 3 o'clock, baby, where I know Steve Calabro is celebrating. You know why? He's got NVIDIA stock. Did you see what NVIDIA did today? Bro, they became the first company in history to hit the $4 trillion market cap. Okay, yeah, he's happy. And his wife is happy because she's the wheeler and the dealer of the stocks. So those of you that have NVIDIA stock, God bless you, bro. God bless you. 4 trillion market cap. That is awesome. And they're going to build, NVIDIA just came out also with some news. They're building a specific chip for China. So they will just keep growing like monsters. We'll see you all tomorrow. Keep stacking those sats. Not that I'm a financial advisor. Thanks to Sean Stanley. Thanks to Hugo Monero, by the way, president of Dolphin España. Great conversation with him. And we'll get him on a few more times before we go on our trip in November. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place at 3 o'clock. Same bat channel.